Well, 2019 is right around the corner, and digital marketing is going to change in 2019. So, in this video, let's talk about three big changes that you need to make in your digital marketing strategy in 2019. And before we talk about the three strategies, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Well, marketing is becoming tougher, right? There's so much noise, there's so much distraction, the competition is increased, things are getting expensive. So, how do we still grow and build a brand online in 2019? So, let's talk about three strategies or three things that you need to do in 2019 to make your digital marketing strategy count. Number one, podcasting. Podcasting is a big thing in the US, and the trend is slowly catching up in India. Although, we are not that crazy at the moment about podcasting in India, but it's slowly catching up, and I believe in a couple of years, podcasting will be really huge in India as well. Think about it. We have creators for YouTube, we have creators on Instagram, we have creators on Snapchat. We have like so many of them focusing on these major platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. But not a lot of creators are focused on podcasts because I don't think they see the potential in the podcast at the moment. So I think that's where the advantage is, because since not everybody is being able to see the leverage in to creating a podcast today. I think if you start a podcast in 2019, you can hit gold in a couple of years. So when the trend finally catches up in India in a couple of years, your podcast will be sitting right at the top for your industry. And think about the number of customers, clients and leads that could drive for your business. I have a podcast on iTunes which is called as the Marketing Nerdz podcast, and it's the number one Indian podcast for marketing on iTunes India. So through that podcast, I typically drive about 30 to 50 organic leads a month. And think about it, when the time comes when podcasting, when a lot of people start listening to podcasts, my podcast episodes will be at the top for all the major keywords, and I could drive in so many leads, customers and clients. And it's easier comparatively to create a podcast because it's audio, and most of the times I record my podcast on my phone while driving to the office or when I'm stuck in the traffic. So in terms of production, it doesn't take a lot of time, and a lot of times you could just do a commentary which is sensible and valuable to your audience. So leverage podcasts, and you could have a podcast for any business or any industry, be it B2B, B2C, or if you're a professional. We work with a B2B client and we are starting a podcast for them, talking about how their business could help their customers and clients make more revenue and boost their profits by 10%, 12% annually. And of course, if you're in the B2C space, you could talk about so many things, right? The tips, the trends, the valuable information. And of course, you could do Google Keyword Planner tool research and create topics for your podcast episodes based on the Keyword Planner tool. So one really big shift you need to make in 2019 is start a podcast. I think given I could start a YouTube channel or a podcast, I would always pick a podcast, because the competition on a podcast is literally non-existent, and compare that to YouTube where you have crazy competition if you're starting a channel now. Of course, if you have or if you deliver great content that nobody out there is delivering, you would still be able to amass great following on any platform. That goes without saying. But for most businesses, there's a big opportunity when you think about podcasting and what it could do for your business in a couple of years. So podcast is one big thing that you should be focused on in 2019. Number two, build funnels that acquire customers at a break even or a little bit of a profit. Back up till June, we were running funnels where we just acquired leads at about 16 rupees, 17 rupees per lead, and things were looking really amazing, and we directly sent them to our products and services directly to the core offer. We never had a tripwire, and things looked good on paper. Now, because the advertising is becoming expensive, and after the Facebook, the info and ad tab came into picture, we've seen that so many of our competitors rip and plagiarize our advertisement. So when an end user sees the ad from us or from our competitors, for them it's really difficult to figure out who's the authentic one and who's plagiarized whom, because for them it all looks the same, right? So now, with the ad costs going up, with your competitors being able to easily copy your best converting ads, and literally copy your entire ad content and ad copy, things are becoming difficult, to say the least. And the leads that we used to get at about 16-17 rupees a pop is now gone to about 27 to 35 rupees a lead. So our marketing expense had doubled, our conversions had dropped by about 5%, because it's now so easy for people to, or especially for your competitors, to copy your entire funnel, copy your landing page, your ads. So our conversions had taken a little bit of a hit in the last few months, and this is where we thought, hey, we need to rework the strategy, because now sending the leads directly to the core offer isn't making economical sense. The numbers aren't really working out, and that's where we introduced OTOs. Now, if you're not familiar with what is a OTO is generally a one-time only offer, where after somebody goes to your landing page, once they click on your ad, they go to your landing page, they fill out the form to receive a free gift or a lead magnet, and once they go to the thank you page, that's where you have a OTO, which is a one-time only offer, where for the next few minutes they could grab a certain product or a certain service for a heavily discounted price point. And by doing that, we noticed about 8% conversion of 100 people who signed up for a lead magnet. 8 of them took up the OTO, which helped us break even in our advertising. Here's an example of what funnel I am using. So this is what we did originally. So from our Facebook ad, we would send people to a landing page where they filled out the form, and from here we would send them to a core offer, right? So there was nothing in between from a Facebook ad to the landing page and from here to the core offer, when we generated leads for about 15 to 17 rupees. But then when it became expensive, when it started to get close to 27 to 35 rupees, we had to change the strategy because the numbers weren't making sense. So now this is what we did. We sent them to a landing page, but from here, instead of sending them to the core offer, we sent them to another page, which was OTO. OTO stands for one time only offer, which is valid for 10 minutes. And here they could grab a part of the core offer, which is a small part of the main product, for a very, very discounted price, something on the price point of 299 rupees. So we had a conversion here of about 8%. So although this was roughly 30 bucks, this converting at 8% and then going to the core offer was a great plus for us. So if we had, let's say, 100 leads coming in here, we ended up with 8 customers. So if we had 100 leads, we spent about 3,000 rupees. We had 8 people buy our product, which is a nice ROI, right? So we kind of almost broke even in our ad spend, and about 1 of them would go on to buy our main product, which was at 25,000 rupees. The second and the most important thing you want to do in 2019 is build funnels that convert at break even or a little bit of a profit, so that your ad cost, you're acquiring customers, not just leads, but you're acquiring customers, and you have a big pool of customers. So when you have so many customers who take up your OTO offer, converting them from OTO to core offer is comparatively easier than converting somebody from here to here, because these people haven't purchased anything, all the leads, when people come here, they have purchased. Even if it's a low cost product, it's 10,000 times easier to convert these people to your other products than converting these people to the main product. So build funnels that help you convert at break even or a little bit of a profit. And if you don't know what are funnels, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll be creating another video talking about funnels and what funnels are and how do you build funnels. Number 3, connect online to offline marketing. Now this is a really big one, and I think if you do this in 2019, your marketing ROI could be dramatically higher, and you'll have customers who with a really higher customer lifetime value. So what exactly do I mean by this? Start a newsletter, and not a digital one. So your newsletter needs to be a printed newsletter which is physically shipped to your customer's place. Now here's the reason I am suggesting you do this. One, think of it, online is getting really cluttered and it's getting too noisy. There are too many shiny objects, people are just saying the same stuff. Like I'm sure you have something really great to say about your industry, you have really valuable insights to add, but the moment you add or churn out a video talking about the new developments in your industry or the new strategies for you to help your customers and clients, or about giving some tips to your customers and clients, you will immediately have so many other people who will just look at your content and just change a few words here and there, and add in some other stuff from some other people and create a new piece of content. So now think about it, to an end user it just all seems the same, and that's why I feel content marketing, especially blogging, would have comparatively lesser ROI in 2019 and in the coming years, because everybody is literally ripping everybody off on the internet, and the content is kind of almost always similar. And there's one person who creates a great content and he or she may be doing a really amazing job, but then you have all these other newbies now who would just jump onto his or her content and rip him off and just tweak it a little bit here and there. And when we talk about the end user, they have no freaking idea of who's the original source and who should be trusted, who should not be. And that's why I feel start taking your online marketing offline is such a big edge, because one, you have complete attention of your customer or of your lead, because when they receive a physical newsletter, let's assume that's a newsletter, so now it's just you, right? Because you're not competing with anyone else out there. When they're reading your newsletter, you are the only focus and you're the only person they're thinking about in their mind. There are no other ads distracting them, there's no other notification distracting them, so that's such a big plus. The other big advantage of doing a physical newsletter is occupying a physical space in their house. Think about it, when you send a physical newsletter, you occupy a space right behind in their bookshelf or somewhere in the house. Now that's such a big advantage, because there's a level of tangibleness that comes in with a physical product that you do not have with digital products. You can't touch, feel or see digital products, but you can 100% touch, feel and see a newsletter. And third, you're occupying a physical presence in the house. And think about it, when I talk about occupying a physical presence in the house, when they are walking around and if they see your newsletter, you constantly have the benefit of retargeting ads, and especially in their house, and especially when the newsletter goes in month after month after month, that's going to really help you convert better. And plus, your competitors most likely won't be able to copy you, because on Facebook, when you're running an ad, they can easily go to your page and see your ads, or they can subscribe to your email list and buy a fictitious email and get access to all the emails that you're sending out, or they could sign up for a digital copy of your newsletter. But when it goes physical, it's very difficult for them to get access to it. Maybe let's assume that they even sign up for your physical newsletter, but would they be willing to risk the money in printing it and actually shipping out the physical newsletter? I doubt, right? They won't be so confident in spending that money, because most of these copycats and low-end competitors would fizzle out or be scared of spending that extra cost that is incurred in offline marketing. But if you're a great marketer, you will easily be able to get a multiple fold ROI on your offline marketing, plus increase that customer lifetime value by such a big multiple if you do it consistently for at least 12 months, and that's 2019 is what we are talking about. So take your online marketing offline, take the online conversation offline. You get more focus, you get more attention, you are the amount of people copying you is comparatively lower, and you have a distinct advantage because you're occupying a physical space in people's home. That's a big plus in marketing, and your perceived value as an author, as a brand goes up way high. So these are the three big shifts that you need to make in 2019 to make your digital marketing count and to continue getting maximum ROI from your marketing. I hope this was of help to you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for the next video.